Welcome to Community Combos, a podcast and radio program from LCC Connect with conversations about what's happening in Lansing and around mid-Michigan. This is Dedalian once again on the Combo, and with me in the studio today is Dan Henderson. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
What is your role exactly with the Bless Fest?
Sure. So I'm part of this organization called Media Messengers.
Yes.
We're a nonprofit here in Lansing.
Okay.
And my official title is the Creative Content Director. So I do a lot of the marketing, video ads, and organizing, paperwork, boring stuff. And then the day of, it's kind of like wearing all the hats of the festival organizer.
Okay, well, I think with any kind of event like this, usually you're wearing multiple hats anyway, right?
Oh, yeah.
So this is Bless Fest. Now, this has been around for quite a while, right?
It has. This is actually our 20th year.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how did it get started? What happened? What's it about?
Sure. So the Bless Fest is just a big community festival for everybody. Mm-hmm. And the premise behind it was started by my father. He was a reverend here in Lansing. So 20 years ago, my dad ended up working at the Capitol. Mm-hmm. So he was in charge of video production at the Capitol for the Senate hearings. Everything they do on Senate has to be on record. And so every morning he's driving to the Capitol early in the morning. And one morning he pulled up to a stoplight and he saw a man praying right before he leans over a trash can and digs in to see if he can find some cans.
Okay.
And that struck him as, that's a pretty heavy thing to see first thing in the morning.
Certainly.
He goes to the next bus stop. He sees a mom with two crying babies, and she's struggling. She's, stressed out, frazzled. They're waiting for the bus, and he could just see the depression and heaviness upon her. Yeah. He goes to the next stop. He sees a broken down building. It's all smashed in and everything, and it's abandoned. And then he just pulls over to the side of the road, and he's like, kind of has that conversation with God. He's like, are you trying to show me something here? And he just felt that heaviness and he kept seeing these types of things over the years working at the Capitol, felt impressed to do something. Okay. And he didn't know what to do or necessarily, but he started to get a picture in his head of a family festival where it's like bringing people together, making it free and affordable, making it fun, almost like a family picnic, but on a large scale. So when he told me the idea, and luckily my dad, he had 4 sons. So we all, took part in this, but when he started telling me this story, I was like, okay, that sounds cool, but we don't have any money. We don't have any resources. We don't have any connections. He's like, that's okay. We'll start small. So he started small, printing the flyer on his own computer. He just had coolers of, pop and food and stuff like that the first time, and it was great.
Okay, so this is 20 years ago.
20 years ago, and it's grown over the years. We have much more.
And that's where this is a 3-day function now, right?
It is.
Was it originally that in the beginning?
No. So originally it was just like a Saturday, kind of a afternoon in the park kind of thing.
Okay.
But it's grown. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and as a 3-day function, that is a lot of time to fill up. First of all, when did it switch over to 3 days?
Sure. So we noticed that when we did the Bless Fest, we'd have all kinds of music because we want to appeal to everybody. Sure. If it's a family picnic, you want everybody to feel included, everybody have a seat at the table. So we'd have, gospel music, country, rock and roll, and rap and hip hop, everything like that. But when we noticed when we had the rap and hip hop artists come out, it really made a connection with our Lansing audience. Mm-hmm. So as you know, there's a radio station here in Lansing that plays rap and hip hop. It's probably very, it's very popular. So we noticed that, and we wanted to incorporate, and we love the messages that we get from these rappers. And if you kind of think about rap, these guys were storytellers. Mm-hmm. They weren't just talking about flashy rims and money. They were telling stories. And that's really what they connected with. And a lot of our rappers, they have a story to tell. And sometimes you say Christian rap, that's corny. Is that like Ned Flanders up there dancing around? But
hey there.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Tony ho. But we have these guys that we've come in contact with over the years. One of them, is a guy named Deontay Hall. He's from the Michigan area, but he was from a drug dealer background. Okay. And he, lived that lifestyle.
Changed his life.
That was the neighborhood he was in. That was the career path. Mm-hmm. And of course, trouble comes with that. And when you get in trouble, you start to rethink your life. And then finding faith is a very positive thing. It gives you standards, it gives you morals, it gives you a community to connect to. So now these guys have a powerful message, and they're speaking about their past, where they've come from, and where faith has brought them.
Tell me some of the other acts, either be it the hip hop acts or beyond, that you're going to be having over this 3 days that you've got this going on.
Yes, absolutely. So another guy on Friday night, his name is Kiwi. He's from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Was actually from Indianapolis originally, but he has a little bit of different story. You know, he was raised in the church, raised with faith and values, but the neighborhood started to rub off on him, and he started to find himself at a crossroads, you know, making a choice. But he has a great message. He's full of positivity, just lights up the room. He's got a song out this summer. It's called "We Outside." It's a great, fun song for the summer.
Okay.
And then, you know, moving on to Saturday, we have lots of different artists, all different types of music. Michelle Miller and the Let It Flow band, they're local, that people know about them. They're a gospel soul type of a band.
Okay.
Another group called His DNA. They're a rock group.
Like more alternative vibe. What are you looking at there?
His DNA might be more like not necessarily a classic rock, but maybe like contemporary rock. So not
okay, kind
heavy
of
metal.
No, I get where you're going with this. Kind of Heartland kind of a vibe, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So a lot of good stuff, but variety. So we have, you know, gospel,
right on.
rap,
right on.
rock and roll, contemporary, worship.
Okay, so people can expect a lot of great different types of genres of music. That's awesome. What else can people expect? From what I understand, this is a family-friendly event. There's a lot of other things that you've got beyond the music. What is it?
Right. So we want the premise to be completely free and family-friendly. So if you come to a family picnic, you're not going to have to shell out $40-$50. You're our guest. So come and be our guest. Nobody's going to stamp your hand or give you a food coupon.
Okay.
You're part of the family. Saturday we have, you know, free food. We grill hamburgers, hot dogs, and you know, we have free bottled water throughout the whole weekend. Free seating and shade tents, so you don't have to worry about lugging out a chair or anything like that. We've got you covered. Then we have like free raffles.
Okay.
Lots of bouncy houses and bubbles and
yeah, there's
kids.
what I'm looking for. That's what I was waiting for.
Yes, absolutely. So that's fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. So we got a 3-day event. It's called Bless Fest. And where, of course, is this going to be held? Because that's what people want to know, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's right there at Adado Riverfront Park, right next door to LCC, where you used to have the Common Ground Festival.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time.
And then as far as time-wise, what can people expect usually?
Sure. So Friday night is the Lansing Flo-Fest. It's all rap and hip hop, and it has a clean message, so people can always feel free to bring their kids, and it's a good time. That's Friday, August 25th from 6 to 9 p.m. The Lansing Bless Fest, the variety concert festival with, you know, free fun and giveaways. That's on Saturday, August 26th from 1 to 9 p.m. And then Sunday, we kind of finished the week off. We had some local churches approach us and said, hey, we'd like to incorporate something for the community on Sunday. And that's become the One Gathering. It's basically just kind of a time for various faiths to come together and have a prayer and praise gathering.
Okay. And if you're listening either on the radio or even on the podcast, I'm going to have Dan send me some of these links that he's been talking about and give you a chance to kind of listen to some of these artists ahead of time. Last and final question, where, of course, would people go on the Webernet to get more information on all this?
Absolutely. So our website is mediamessengers.org. Of course, we're on Facebook and YouTube and all those other platforms.
Okay. Dan Henderson from Bless Fest, thanks so much for coming in and joining me here on The Convo.
Thanks a lot.
You've been listening to Community Convos, a program from LCC Connect with conversations about what's happening in our community. To listen to this episode on demand, visit us at lccconnect.org or find us on your favorite podcast platform. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on Community Convos, email us lcc-connect@lcc.edu. And thanks for joining The Convo.